Hey guys, it's Jenny. I'm going to zoom in here on Instagram just a little bit. I am really excited about what I'm doing tonight because I have some good ideas. Last night gave me a little bit of inspiration. So I'm doing Aries by MG and Cancer by MG. Both of these colors look just like this. I do have a base coat on Aries, and I did a base coat and a matte top coat on Cancer. So this is our matte top coat here, and I just did one coat of that, and I cured that for 1 minute. The reason that I did that is because I'm going to do some alcohol inks on top of that, and then we'll do some skull crystals with our Cancer color, and then I'm going to do some transfer foil with our Aries, and I think you guys will really like that. It's going to turn out super cute. So I think we'll get started with the transfer foil first, just because it's a little quicker, it's super simple, and it's not something that takes too much effort. So I'm just going to show you guys how to do that really quickly. What you want to do is I have our premium eye hold transfer gel right here. Hey Enid! And I'm going to put one coat of that. Like I said, I have a base coat on top of my dipping color Aries in case you guys are just joining us. You want to cure your base coat for 15 seconds at least. And you do that because when you're doing dipping or you're doing liquid and powder, it's going to stick a lot better to a base coat when you're doing all of your glitz stuff than it's going to stick to the surface of the nail. So make sure you're doing a base coat first, and then you can do the rest of whatever you're doing. So like I said, I have the premium eye hold transfer foil gel, and I'm just going to do one coat of that on here. And it doesn't have to be super thick, but make sure it's not too thin either. Especially if you have a bigger nail like this, you're going to need to cover most of the surface of that. So just make sure you have enough on your brush. And then once I get that on there and it's nice and coated, I'm going to go ahead and pop that into the LED lamp. And just so you guys know, this will cure in 30 seconds under any LED lamp. And it will cure under any LED lamp, meaning like if you don't have such a super powerful LED lamp, you don't really have to worry too much about that because it's going to do fine. Okay, that's the beauty of the premium eye hold transfer foil gel. But if you have our regular eye hold transfer foil gel, you just cure this for 1 minute and it will cure. Just make sure you have a strong lamp. Bless you. Nancy's in the back here. I told her several times, go to your kid's birthday party. She's getting ready to leave though. So I'm going to cure this, like I said, 30 seconds. And once that's done, we will go ahead and do our transfer foil on the top of there. And I have a bunch of transfer foils to choose from. We have a ton of them, not just for Halloween, but also for Christmas. I know it's getting closer to that holiday, so I just wanted to give you guys an idea of the stuff that we have available to you, just so that you guys are able to stock up before the holiday actually hits. I really love a lot of these. I like this one a lot. I'm going to do the white though because I feel like, where'd it go? I feel like this one's going to show up really well on that red background. And I think it's really elegant and pretty. I'm going to put a couple of crystals on there so you guys can see a little bit of crystal placement as well. And I think this is about done in here. Like I said, 30 seconds with your transfer foil gel. You just want to make sure that everything is nice and cured. You want to have your client kind of, I'm going to do that here too. You want to have them rock the nail inside of the lamp if it's super curved, because you want to make sure that the sides of this are curing as well. Okay, guys? So make sure that you're doing that. You want them to do it very lightly. You don't want them to knock or jostle anything in the lamp. You just want to have them rock a little bit back and forth, not like crazy, just, you know, like a little light. Hey Brad, how are you? I haven't had a chance to catch up with you since you did your class. I'm so excited to hear how it went. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to do it, I think, just like this so we can get that Merry Christmas. That's perfect. And I'm going to press. I didn't get all of the Merry Christmas, darn it. Well, we got close enough. And just make sure that you're pressing this really well. You want to capture all those sides there. And that way everything will transfer 100%. If you wanted to layer this, you could. I think we did that in another video. As you can see, I guess I didn't press hard enough in the center here. There we go. Perfect. Ooh, that turned out really cute. I think that actually really showed up really well. Right on top of that Aries by MG. It's gorgeous. And so when you get to this step, I've already put my transfer foil on. I don't have to do anything else to the nail. I can go right to my Glitz glue gel. So we do have two different size pots. We have a 15G pot. We have a 5G pot. Our 5G pot usually comes in a kit or something similar. Hey, Nancy, she's watching us. But we do sell these full size 15G pots, and you can find these on our website, glitzaccessoriesandsuch.com. Make sure that when you're doing that, you guys are using your code. Use the code JennyW. You're going to get 10% off of your order, okay, guys? And then, like I always tell you, if you use anything of $150 or more in your basket, it's going to give you your free shipping. So I'm just going to do like a thin layer because I'm going to put some silver beads. I had one of my awesome best friends in here earlier today. She gets married tomorrow. I'm so happy for her. She's at her rehearsal dinner right now, chilling and hanging out and having a grand old time. And we did her wedding nails today, and they are so gorgeous. But we did some like random like crystals and pearls, and we used all kinds of cute stuff on her nails. We did like a frosted matte white. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So with your brush, after you've wiped that off, you want to make sure that you're also using a little piece of paper towel or something similar. You're going to even wipe that off even further. Thank you, Shitty. I'll tell her you said that. She'll be so tickled. She's going to love that. She always watches our live videos when she has a chance, so I'm sure she's going to really appreciate that from you. And now I'm going to go straight with my non-wipe gel top coat. This is our I Hold non-wipe gel top. And I'm going to go right on top of my Glitz glue gel, and then we will add our little silver beads and some random crystals throughout this. I just want to make sure I get enough on here, and then you just want to lightly go right over the top of this. You don't want to go too heavy-handed. You don't want to brush too hard. You don't want to feel that brush pulling. When you start feeling the brush pulling, you're going to be pulling all what's underneath it with it, and you're not going to be happy. Okay, awesome. Very cute. Loving it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of these on here. I think we'll put one right in the center of this little snowflake here. Oh. And we'll put one right here. And then I'm going to put one right above this Merry Christmas here. And I think that's good because I'm going to add these little beads randomly throughout the nail. Now, I would recommend doing, if you're going to do random beads, you want to do it on a client who's easy on their hands. I would not put this on a client that I know is a dishwasher or a server or anything like that, because I want these nails to last for her, and the silver beads do a lot better on someone who is a little easier on their hands. Thankfully, Danielle is getting married, and then she's going straight to her honeymoon, so we don't have to worry about that at all. But I just thought it looked super cute. Very Christmassy, kind of like, I don't know. I love it. It's so cute. Okay, so now that I've got this the way that I want it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this into the lamp for 60 seconds, and then we'll go in with our precision pin, and we're going to make sure everything sticks on there really well. Do not do what I just did, how I wiped it with the sides of my fingers. I'm having a moment, and I keep forgetting I'm not supposed to do that because I got so used to doing it. But the reason you don't want to do that is because you don't want to develop any kind of reaction over the course of your career with gel polish, because it can totally happen, guys. So make sure that when you're doing that, you're using like your brush, or you have gloves on. If you have gloves on, it's totally fine. I'm going to alcohol my hands now so that I don't have any residue on there. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. I was so busy. Hey, Elevate, how are you, sweetie? I was so busy today. That's why we got in a little bit later than we did yesterday. But that's good. I just did a set super quick though. I'm pretty proud of myself. It's always nice when you create little goals for yourself and then you actually meet them. So if you guys have any questions, you can always email us at info@glitzaccessoriesandsuch.com, or you can give us a phone call at 206-771-5086, or you can always DM me on Instagram at tallhopper or Jeanette Whitehead, or you can message Nancy on Glitz Accessories and Such, or on Facebook at Glitz Accessories and Such. Ooh, look at that, baby. So cute. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with my precision pen. This is my precision pen. That's what it looks like. I'm just going to put a little dot over all my little silver balls and make sure that they're not going to be coming off. Just right on the top of it. It doesn't have to be super crazy amount because it's going to melt down that ball and that'll help adhere it. And I don't need to go around my crystals because I can see that they're adhered properly. But if you feel like maybe they're not, you can always just use that needle and check it and make sure that they're completely on there. I am going to go right around this side though, just to make sure. Because that's on the edge of the nail. On the edge of the nail, it's a little more haphazard. You need to be careful. And we're going to put this needle right back into there. Make sure you don't get rid of this red cap, guys. Keep it. I know, Shitty. They're so pretty. So 60 seconds in the lamp, guys. I freaking love them. I love them so much. I was like, I'm going to Iceland. Remember, not last week, but maybe the week before that, I did this really beautiful Gemini color, and I had to have it for Iceland because, oh my God, they're so freaking sparkly. And I did snowflakes because, guys, come on, it's going to be snow there, but also the weather dropped like 20 degrees last night. It was great for me because my air conditioning is out, but you know, it happens. Us Floridians and our crazy weather. I freaking love this color though. So nice. And then the Aries by MG. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. In the pot, on the nail. And then Cancer, I know we have it frosted here. I'll do a gloss on it afterwards. But it is so pretty. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So now our nail is completely done. We did the first one. It took barely any time at all. I would charge at least $15 for this nail, maybe a little more depending on where you're at, where you're located. And you guys watched me do that in less than 5 minutes. So that's an extra $15 for 15 minutes. That's $1 a minute. That's pretty freaking good. So now that we're done with our Aries, we're going to go straight into our Cancer nail. And I'm really excited for this one. We're going to do some alcohol ink. And I don't know what colors I'll use. I don't think it really matters because I'm putting a skull on it. So it can be super Christmassy or it can be super Halloween-y. Either way, I don't really care. We're having fun. All right, let's do red and black maybe. I think that'll be cute. We have two different colors of red here. I have my Bordeaux and my Burning Heart, which is just a little bit brighter. This is more of like a rouge color. This is more of like a cherry red. And then my Obsidian, right? So it's number 9, 7, and 6 that we're using here. And I'm gonna get my Crystal Clear, which is number 12. And then I'm going to add all my colors first, and then I'm going to go in with my Crystal Clear. So like I said, 15 seconds of a base coat on top of your dipping or your liquid and powder. And then you also want to make sure that you're curing that for 15 seconds or more. I really recommend 15 seconds because of the fact that it's going to be a little more sticky, so it'll be a lot more viable to stick your next coat of whatever you're doing on top of that. I went in obviously with my matte because that's going to be a lot more... it's easier to spread the ink on your matte polish than it is to do on your gloss. It's not going to stick properly to your gloss top. And you can buff the nail, but you're going to have grooves in the nail, and the ink is going to want to go in those grooves. So if you have a matte top coat, it's just going to smoothly go on there and it'll be fine. Hola, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining my live video. All All right, guys, I'm going to start with Burning Heart just because it's a little lighter of a color. And I like to go light to dark. And the reason for that being is because I do a lot of artwork at home. It's easier for me to see the colors that way. But also, it's a little easier to start spreading them if you do it like that. So you can see I'm just like kind of randomly putting this on here. I did some jelly nails earlier today and we used the Burning Heart and our Welcome and Hug is the orange color that we have. So I've got my Burning Heart on there. Sorry, I'm going to have to place this down so I can open the bottle. And then I'm going to go straight in with my Bordeaux, and then we'll do black as well. So I'm going to do my Bordeaux here. It's kind of similar color, but it's just a little bit darker. And that's totally okay. So now that I've got that, and a lot of this is going to fade a little bit because I'm going to use my clear and it's going to start melting into each other. It'll be really, really pretty and we'll see more of that background as we go. And then I'm going to go with my black. I'm just going to do little dots here and there. And what you want to do, guys, when you're doing your crystal clear, make sure you have a paper towel ready for you to wipe your brush on, okay? Because you really want to be able to wipe your brush. You don't want to stick your crystal clear back into the jar after you've already done your color spreading, because what's going to happen is your pigment is going to get onto the crystal clear brush. You're going to put it right back in here and it's not going to be crystal clear anymore. So make sure that you have your little paper towel ready. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to go right in with my crystal clear and I'm just going to start spreading this out. It's going to start melting into each other. You can see how I'm using my paper towel immediately. I'm going to put a lot of it right here. I didn't even have any on my brush, I don't think. We're getting kind of low on our crystal clear. There we go. Now it's going to start melting and it's going to start marbling. Oh my God. There we go. Oh, it's really pretty. If you want to use a finer brush to do this, you absolutely can. Don't really have to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I'm going to leave a little bit of this like kind of pigmented just to bring more of that red out. We'll do a little bit here. This turned out cool. This is very Halloween-y. And then the awesome thing about this is you can keep layering all these colors. I'm not even getting any on my brush. Here we go. So that if you wanted to, like I can take my Burning Heart back. I can do a little bit more red here. You can see that, how it's like just automatically starts spreading. Oh, it looks so cool. It looks really crazy, kind of bloody-ish. Thank you, Shitty. I love using the Fusion ink. It turns out so freaking cool every time. It's really unique looking. Like, you're never going to have the same piece when you're using the Fusion ink because of the fact that it's just, it kind of has a little bit of a mind of its own. That looks great. I'm going to go with that. I think that looks great. So now that I've got that the way that I want it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately go over the top of this with my Glitz glue gel. Because I got my base coat on there, so it's going to grip it. It will be fine. So I've got my Glitz glue gel in the 5G pot. Like I said, this does come in a 15G pot on our website. So you can find this at glitzaccessoriesandsuch.com. This is going to be something that comes inside of a kit or with something else. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this is not something that you can buy separately. This is what you're going to want to get. And regardless, I would say you want to get the big pot and not the little pot because it's only $5 more for the big pot. So you might as well, bigger bang for your buck. You just want to make sure that you're doing everything properly. So like I said, base coat 15 seconds. You want to then, after that, you're going to go straight in with your Glitz glue gel, condensed. And I say condensed Glitz glue gel because we have a Glitz glue gel pen as well. So I just don't want to confuse you guys. And then I'm just going to go right on the top of this. I'm going to spread that all the way down. Any little excess that I have, I'm going to put right back into the jar. There we go. Perfect. Oh, this looks really cool. I'm going to put just a little bit extra right in the center here because I want to make sure that my skull is going to be completely encapsulated on the sides. And like I said, if you're doing this and you have gloves on, totally cool, wipe the sides off. If you don't, please use a paper towel or something different because you don't want to develop any kind of issues to the gel polish. And that's any gel polish. We need to be careful. Brush right back on. You saw how I wiped it off. First I wiped it on my pot so that I could get any excess back in the pot. Then I wiped it off with my paper towel, and the reason for that being is because when you stick this into the cap and it has the glue gel all over it, it's going to go from being like this to being like this. And then it's going to get inside the cap, and every time you stick your brush in there, it's going to be jamming up against the sides. If you get glue gel in the top of your cap, take a Q-tip and some alcohol and just swab the inside of your cap, and then take your brush and you want to wipe it off, clean it out with a little top coat, and then wipe it off with some alcohol and stick that into a pot of boiling water, and it will go right back from being like this to this. Same thing goes for your liner end. If your liner end goes like this because of the same reason, swab the inside of the cap, clean it really well with a little bit of alcohol, stick it in the boiling water, it'll go right back to this, okay? I know I tell you guys that every video, but I really think that it's important for you guys to know how to take care of your products. We didn't buy them so that we could throw them in the trash. So now that I've got this on here, I'm going to go in with my top coat. Not going to use matte. Just kidding. Not transfer foil either. Where the heck? Non-wipe gel top coat. So this is our eye hold non-wipe gel. And I'm going to go right on the top of my Glitz glue gel. Like I said, you don't want to be pressing on this. You want it to be gliding right over the surface. You don't want it to be super bulky, so make sure you didn't put too much Glitz glue gel on there. But you do want to make sure that you have enough and you're not like wiping your brush too hard. You don't want to pull the Glitz glue gel off or contaminate your top coat with your Glitz glue gel. And so now I'm going to swipe the sides of this with my paper towel just to make sure that I can maintain that shape. Perfect. I think maybe actually I'm going to wipe my brush off really well and make sure that I can get this part of it because I think that's looking a little bulky. Okay, perfect. Love it. Now that I've got it where I want it to be, I'm going to start placing my crystals on. So, take my crystal picker. This is your wax picking end. This is your dotting tool end. My dotting tool is really awesome, comes in handy, especially when I'm doing any weaver gel. I'll use my dotting tool end, and also when I'm placing foil on the nail, I'll use my dotting tool end. I love the skull. Look how cute he is. And then I'm going to place this bad boy right on the top. I want to use some orange crystals too, just because why not? So we'll do this here. And then I have a bunch of silver balls here from earlier when I was doing Danielle's nails, and I'm going to use these as well. You guys can see how I'm doing this here. Be careful and don't get any glue gel on your wax picking end. If you do, you can always wipe it off with a little bit of alcohol. Whatever you need to do, just be careful. You can see how I'm using my dotting tool end to go in and remove this stuff around. That keeps me from getting any glue gel on my actual picker. Sorry guys, it's kind of hard for me to see what I'm doing here underneath the camera. Oh, it's really cute. Okay. And now go in with these. I want to go a little bit smaller too. Oh, come on. All right, fine. I know there's one in here that's somewhere flipped up the right way. Here we go. Wait, same size. Perfect. Okay. Then I'm going to use my silver balls to kind of break that up a little bit. Like I said, guys, when you're checking out at glitzaccessoriesandsuch.com, make sure you're using that code JennyW. You'll get 10% off your order. If you have any questions and you don't want to ask me on live video, I completely understand. But don't feel like you can't ever ask questions, because even I ask questions. I'm always asking questions. That's how we learn and that's how we get better. If you guys were at the Utah class with Nancy, congratulations on completing your acrylic mastery class. You should be so proud of yourself. Let's do metal beads all the way down. I know we did a chain last night that was very similar. Sorry about that, guys. We got a phone call. There we go. I just think it looks cute. You know what we could do? Nah, we'll just do it like this. Something else I like to do to break up the chain a little bit when we're doing something like this is I'll put randomly like an SS3 or something in between a couple of them. So they're like 2 or 3 in a row, and then I'll put that chain on there. It will look so pretty. But I think that this is gonna stand out a little more. We already used those crystals up at the top, so I'm just gonna leave it. And I just got glue gel all over my picker. I'm just gonna wipe that on my arm really quick just to save time. And then we're gonna go right in. And I want all these to be completely lined up down the center. So what you wanna do sometimes, what helps me is I'll turn the nail around and look at it like this and make sure that it's going straight. Just kind of like freshening your eyes up, because when you start looking at something and you keep looking at it and you keep looking at it, it's going to be harder for you to see the image. But if you change your perspective a little bit, it's going to be easier for you to see what you're doing. That's another reason that when you're shaping nails, you kind of turn the hand around, because it looks straight one way and then not the other way. And you really want to make sure that you're getting your shape right, because you can't do art on top of nasty shaped nails. You want them to look nice and pretty. Artwork will only get you so far. So there we go, getting that on there right. And then after this, I'll show you guys, I do go over the top of these with my glue gel pen, and I do that because I want to make sure that they don't come off. I know the balls are a little harder to keep on than the crystals because they're round, so their surface area is not as able to grip. And then I know that this is crooked, so I'm gonna go ahead and push these all over. You guys, I know I'm being super quiet now, but this is a tedious job. Perfect. And then wipe your sides. I'm just doing this because I want to make sure that anything that's kind of like gone to the outside is not making my nail bulky. And now I'm going to pop this in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then I'm completely done. I'm just going to go around everything else with my Glitz precision pen. It's Nancy's daughter's birthday, shitty, so she's at Chuck E. Cheese right now. She bought her a beautiful freaking cake. It has like seashells all over it. Super cute. Isabella is so happy right now. So like I said earlier, here is our Christmas transfer foil gel nail. It looks so cute. And I used my precision pen on all these little metal balls and around the edge of this crystal here on the side because I wanted to make sure that we didn't have that popping off or anything. But I really love using the precision pen because it's going to contain your crystal completely, and it's going to keep your client from running her hands through her hair, and it catches all over everything, okay? So make sure that you're doing it the proper way. You do not use this to adhere crystals. This is not for crystal adhesion. This is for maintaining crystal adhesion. This is for your crystal adhesion. You want to use your Glitz glue gel to put your crystals on, not this. This goes around the crystals and maintains their security to the top of the nail. This is what you use to put the crystals on, okay? I know I've seen a couple of you on YouTube or wherever, and you're using this and you're putting a little dot of it and then you're sticking the crystal on. That is not the right way to do it, okay? I am scolding you. Do not do that. You want to use your Glitz glue gel on top of your base coat that's been cured for 15 seconds. Use your top coat right on the top of that. Then you're going to put your crystals on, and then you use this to make sure that there's no edges sticking up, okay? There are no shortcuts in doing this because as soon as you try to shortcut it, your crystals are going to pop off. So look how cute that is. Okay, now we're going to go around with our precision pen, just like I said earlier. Keep your little red cap. Do not throw this away. As soon as you throw this away, you're going to be so sad. It's going to spill all over your counter. It'll be terrible. And I'm just going to go in all around the skull because I know that these are the sides of the skull where he likes to, you know, come off and say hello. We're not trying to have him say hello. We want him to stay on there. We're going to go in between all these little metal balls just to make sure that they're completely contained. Then I'm going to go all the way right down the top center of this. And I'm just going to go over the top of the ball because they're going to melt to the sides. And that way I don't have to worry about whether or not it's lumpy and bumpy. You don't want it to be lumpy and bumpy. As soon as you're doing this and you see a big lump there, you need to take your brush and you're going to brush the side of this out, and you're going to make sure that it's not lumpy or bumpy. And then after that, you need to re-top coat it. So once you get the hang of it, you won't have to do that too often and you'll be fine, okay? 60 seconds in your lamp now. After you do this step, you need to do 60 seconds in your lamp. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're completely done. We did both of our nails. It took less than 30 minutes. Super easy. Really awesome application. I love doing this for you guys every week. Next week is going to be Wednesday and Thursday because I will be going out of town. So if you're used to coming in on a Thursday and a Friday, I'm sorry. You're going to have to watch me on Wednesday and Thursday next week. It'll be around the same time, so don't worry about that. But I'm going to be going to Iceland, and I will not be back. And then the following week, I think Nancy's going to do live video that week. And I'll be back the week after to do live video with you guys again. So once this is done, I'll show you guys the finished product. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, make sure that you're getting a hold of us on Instagram or Facebook or calling us at 206-771-5086, or you can email us at info@glitzaccessoriesandsuch.com. You can get a hold of me personally on Instagram. That's totally fine with me. I'm at Tallhopper, TALHOPPER, or Jeanette Whitehead. That's JEANETTE Whitehead. And then make sure that you're using your code JennyW, and you're going to get 10% off your order at glitzaccessoriesandsuch.com. Look how cute these turned out. I freaking love them. They're so cute. Hey, Gabby, how are you? Thank you guys so much. I had a wonderful live video with you guys tonight. Like I said, I will see you on Wednesday and Thursday next week, and we'll be doing something else. I'm sure Nancy will have some ideas for me because I think she'll be back by Tuesday, so we'll be able to collab a little bit more and come up with something different for you guys, okay? Thank you so much. I will see you guys again next week, okay, guys? Bye. Have a great night. Have a good weekend. Make a lot of money on Saturday.